What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Back the Ball and Will, man. I'm coming to y'all today with another lit reaction video, man. So in this reaction video right here, we're gonna react to why doesn't the hip hop community respect DJ Akademiks. So I'm looking at a hip hop madness video right now, and we're just gonna see kinda why don't they respect him, and also what is he doing wrong on this platform or on the platform overall that they don't respect him. Please like, comment, and sub to the channel. Not to mention, let me know what y'all want me to react to next. However, this seems like a very interesting topic because he's going through it with Meek Mill, he's going through it with Freddie Gibbs, he's going through it with like every celebrity now, man. Like Nicki Minaj at one point. Everyone is not feeling him at the moment, especially in the hip hop community. But let's just see. Without further ado, let's just get to this video. Anyways, man, thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Akademiks is a meatball to me, so he said stuff. He said some stuff about Chicago, rubbed me the wrong way.
Oh, even Nipsey look like is having a problem with him right now.
Yeah, he's a buster. He's a weirdo. He's a in real life. He behind the camera, and you gotta just let clowns be clowns, man. Like, I was
So like now Nipsey's calling him a clown, calling him a weirdo behind the camera, cause like he's pulling like the tough guy persona, like he's not really like showing his true colors. Like face to face, he wouldn't say anything that he's saying on that camera. That's what it's looking like to me. I don't know personally the Akademiks. I watch him sometimes, and this is Nipsey's point of view. Rest in peace to Nipsey, by the way, too.
He behind the camera, and you gotta just let clowns be clowns, man. Like I was on Everyday Struggle, and I walked out just because, you know, I'm not a clown. I don't come from that world of like you make jokes about we up. Excuse me, are we live?
No. So like overall, Everyday Struggle is DJ Akademiks' show. He's a part of that show. It's not his show. It's a show Complex, and Complex hired him, so he's a part of that show. And I guess Nipsey had an interview with them overall just to talk about, I believe, his album or just overall the streets or just hear Nipsey's point of view of life on Everyday Struggle. But he said he walked out because he's not cool with DJ Akademiks because DJ Akademiks is behind the camera talking about real life situations, but he's not really in that line of fire to even talk about that, basically. That's what I'm hearing right now.
Yeah, we can bleep this.
We used to for trying to film fights.
Right.
Yeah.
In the hood.
Yeah.
You fight. What you doing with the camera? We gonna make you fight. What's wrong with you, boy?
Yeah.
We ain't covering no drama. That's called instigating.
Right? Yeah.
And what's up with you? Why you at it?
Right.
So, you know, like him get weeded out quick.
From the provocative Charlemagne the God to Hot 97 Zebro to the Joe Budden podcast as Joe Budden, no one is ever going to capture 100% of the audience's affections. Right. Even so, in a world where contentiousness is expected, no one splits opinion to the degree of DJ Akademiks. Born in Jamaica, before moving to the US as a high schooler, a young Ak, real name Livingston Allen, made his way into the American culture. After getting his degree in biomathematics from Rutgers University, Ak transitioned from college radio DJ to become a unique and incredibly opinionated curator of online media.
Which is very smart. Like, I don't like knocking nobody hustle. DJ Akademiks is a smart person because he just only entertains hip hop. Sometimes R&B, sometimes Taylor Swift, but just mainly hip hop and just overall bring his side of the story. Sometimes actors as well, but mainly hip hop. If it's not hip hop, it's not going on this channel.
Eventually, getting an even bigger platform courtesy of Complex's Everyday Struggle, Ak vied for that same unique strain of the American dream that so many rappers do and eked out a brand on his terms.
Yep.
And yet, his success story is one that a lot of people begrudge, in large part due to his tendency to play with fire. At times, this leads him to be the one that receives the scalding. But in other cases, the wider concern is how he runs his operation and how it's been detrimental to not only hip-hop culture, but has negatively impacted real lives.
Like, low-key, y'all, he made a YouTube channel called The War in Chirac. I personally did not watch a single video on there. Probably one. I must say probably one. I don't know. But overall, like, he made a YouTube video called The War in Chirac. He's a funny guy overall. But he made jokes about, like, people dying. He made jokes about everything that was a serious matter to the next person. He basically put light on certain situations that were not supposed to be just lit up overall. And what I've been seeing was it's not cool to diss like someone's dead family member, or also it's not cool to just instigate a fight, or just overall things that he's been doing.
To some, Ak is a beacon of knowledge, defending what Joe Budden used to insultingly term as the lils, from undue criticism by those who are simply too antiquated to understand. To others, he's the toxicity of social media in human form, to the extent that several artists, namely Metro Boomin, requested that he keep me off your gossip page altogether, please.
So like overall, as y'all can see right here, he's very sarcastic. He's very sarcastic.
But where the interest lies is in finding the shades of gray and determining what it is that compels Akademiks to invoke these responses. First off, let's be fair and start with those who seek Ak as a positive addition.
Why he got the big screen of the face like that though, bro? Like, why you gotta put his face all in the screen, bro?
Generally speaking, this camp is typified by younger rappers whose antics populate Ak's numerous social media accounts and have, in certain cases, sought him out as a favorable outlet to speak from.
Yeah, like he got like 2 Instagrams, 2 YouTubes, 1 Twitch,
many rappers
1
have
Twitter.
grown delusion with traditional media. Akademiks has come in as a happy medium between fan and reporter. Case in point, when XXXTentacion came out of jail, he didn't head straight to major sites or to tell his story to condemning ears. He went straight to the source that his fans or possible converts were likely to congregate at.
Because Akademiks, like every hip hop artist follows Akademiks, and Akademiks knows that, bro. So he's like the black TMZ almost.
Capable of having cordial but probing chats with rappers that normally abstain from doing long-form interviews with journalists, whether in fear of misrepresentation or legal entanglements, Ak has been able to scratch beneath the surface and permit glimpses of the real 21 Savage and Lil Yachty, among others. Having previously chatted with NBA Youngboy on IG Live, Ak has since teased it as a 2-hour plus conversation with the rapper. In fact, he was so eager to express himself on Ak's platform that he reportedly made a 40,000 detour on his private jet to meet with me in Philly and talk for 3 hours. Why choose Akademiks though? Well, for the young breed of rappers that have found themselves vilified by large sections of the mainstream press, Ak, a largely self-made figure with a tireless work ethic who grew his buzz online in the same vein as many of them, it's seen as a safe, empathetic pair of hands. Through his content, he's proved to have a crazy amount of knowledge of how modern hip-hop plays out.
Like, if y'all can see this right here, he talks about, like, he's basically snitching, but not really snitching. He talks about everything.
It's not exactly a stretch to assume that he'll understand them too. That said, the plaudits aren't limited to modern artists. During an interview on Everyday Struggle, Birdman was very complimentary of Akademiks' business acumen and A&R skills, claiming this.
I like the platform you got and what you're doing. You help.
Only reason Birdman like that is because Birdman about that money. And YouTube checks, they come in heavy and they come in hefty. And also, Ak brung himself from the ground up. So, like, he's been twitching on Twitch. He's been on Twitch. He's been on YouTube. And those 2 platforms itself can bring in a decent amount.
An artist, because appreciate it. I think you know talent yourself, brother. You be putting on there makes sense to me, you know. I appreciate it. I think you should start your record label, man. Honestly, that was one of the reasons why I came here. I wanted to tell you that. You know?
The wartime correspondent for a generation of rappers,
he knows music,
charts their every move and never fails to capitalize on a story. However, he's by no means an impartial observer. Much like many of today's rappers, Ak understands that controversy is a currency, And over the course of his bravado and Hennessy-filled Twitch live streams, Ak has been known to let his mouth entangle him in scraps. And while he infamously claimed that he will give the same energy to young bands as I would give to Nicki Minaj, in practice, Ak very much wears his biases on his sleeve. At some point, we gotta start calling these rappers out for making threats and nothing happens, Ak said, after expressing his frustration about his many beefs. It's not on me, it's on y'all. They've been saying this for years. In reality, a rapper who gets on Instagram Live and tells you that they're gonna do something is most likely capping, bro.
Yeah,
but
that's
after
a fact.
evading consequences for years, it seems like the day will be soon coming where one of those rappers are gonna actually retaliate. After making the baseless claim that Freddie Gibbs is absolutely irrelevant, the man behind two of the most accomplished projects in recent memory went after Ak, labeling him a Teletubby and supplementing his remark.
He put him on a Teletubby on a t-shirt, bro. Are you serious? Come on, Freddie.
With some hilarious, offensive
a
merch.
chunky
Unaware
boy.
that he was provoking a true titan of trolling, Akademiks was evidently rattled by all that Freddie Kane had subjected him to, and took his frustrations out during an ill-advised tirade about Chrissy Teigen.
And she should not have done that, bro. You gotta leave people's wives out of this act. I don't care if she's like talking about you or not, bro. You gotta be the bigger person, bro, in certain situations, bro. And like when things go down, bro, you gotta like just chill, bro. Hold something and fold something, bro. That's what Mommy's saying back in the day,
and
bro.
John Legend. Banned from his beloved Twitch, forced to apologize,
he got up out of there.
temporarily suspended from everyday struggle, Ak finds himself well and truly on the back foot for the first time in his career. But in reality, this is the culmination of years of dubious decision making. Two peas in a pod, and in some eyes, cut from the same cloth.
Bro, that's his best friend.
6ix9ine and Akademiks' working relationship and apparent friendship did a lot to solidify both men's brands. But when Tekashi went to prison, one side of the partnership escaped scot-free from the ramifications of the clout chasing and carnage that 6ix9ine left in his wake. Although, when you get used to commanding high numbers from making outlandish behavior, it's hard to unlearn. In this sense, as his own antics began to overshadow his reporting, Ak may have flown a little too close to the sun and compromised his position. Speaking back in February of 2018, Ebro Darden admonished Ak for his short-sighted ways, inadvertently depicting where he's at now in the process.
He's gotten looped into being the promotional vehicle for Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Like, bro, I don't know if Akademiks is like attracted to like drama or something, bro, or like does it help his brand? But he's best friends with the guy nobody likes. That's super, super dangerous, bro. I don't know if he's thinking right now. Me personally, bro, I don't know.
And Akademiks, you lying on behalf of Tekashi 6ix9ine. Bit of advice, young Akademiks, sir. Don't tie yourself to these artists, bro.
You can't, bro. You cannot tie yourself to these artists, like Ebro said, only because if you tie yourself with them, they're gonna untie you, Ak, and they're gonna find you, bro. Like overall, man. Like I don't know who, but don't you're making the wrong friends in this situation right here, bro.
Just gotta be patient. You're gonna lose your credibility if it hasn't been lost already.
Low key.
And especially you standing next to something like that.
He ain't lying, bro. Like you're best friends with somebody that no one likes, bro. But he has a large amount of a fan base, but still, like, bro, what goes up must come down.
In the years since, he's became Tekashi's informal spokesperson.
Literally.
Ak became an increasingly easy target for ridicule among hip-hop figures, old and new. Described by YBN Corday as low-key and old head too, trying to act young, wearing a tight-ass Ed Hardy shirt, some believe that Ak has become almost a parody of himself, fulfilling a self-imploding arc that's similar to the misguided behavior and eventual fall-offs of many of the rappers that he's documented.
That's a fact.
Labeled as one of the biggest I've ever met by Joe Budden.
Yo, Joe Budden's talking to all of them when he's not with Ak, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
And officially canceled by Meek Mill, it'd be easy for an outsider to be mystified by why these elder statesmen would even bother targeting an internet phenomenon. But ever since Vic Mensa wanted to slap Ack in the face for building a following off of clowning our deaths by documenting the war in Chirac, it became clear that the issue arises from what Ack represents and
Vic Mensa, he really blew the icing off the cake. He blew the candles, actually. He blew the candles, and him dealing with 6ix9ine blew the whole icing off the cake. Like, it was an ice cream cake, y'all. He just with his hot breath.
and how he repurposes real life woe for his gain. Since his early days, one of the key components of Ack's media strategy is to sensationalize street drama and promote the antics of modern hip-hop and pop raps.
Which is smart, but it's also dangerous, and it's not safe, bro. Like, you don't know none of these people, bro. You're just speaking on their name.
An activity which old heads see as a nuisance at best, and at worst, a danger. Or as Meek put it, the act of gassing a lot of beef that got people killed and hurt and never donated a dollar to the culture. Having infamously walked out of his sole appearance on Everyday Struggle, the late Nipsey Hussle's outlook on Akademiks goes a long way to depicting the wariness that hip-hop artists and fans feel towards him.
I ain't saying I'm gonna do nothing to Ack. I say you gotta let clowns be clowns, and let dudes.
That's a fact, bro.
Self-destruct, because I've been paying attention to his message. You know, I ain't like it, but I respect how you eat, bro. Whatever you do to pay your bills, I can't knock you. But after a while, you becoming, you getting out of control.
That's a fact, bro. Like, you can't knock nobody hustle. But overall, what he's saying is, like, he see the instigations. He see what you're doing. He's tally marking it, bro.
In this case, his platform on Everyday Struggle has been both a blessing and a curse, exposing Ack's brand of coverage to those who wouldn't watch his streams or interact with his socials. As a result, making him accountable for his viewpoints and tactics in a way that he never was beforehand. In the early days of the show, the disparities between Joe Budden and Ack's mindsets were played up and amplified to help foster the idea of a war between old heads and a brash new generation. Yet while this was largely done to ensure numbers, there was one moment in which Budden warned Akademiks of the consequences of promoting self-destruction. Speaking about Ack's friend XXXTentacion, Joe articulated the viewpoint of Ack's detractors like no one else has and proved why he should exercise more discretion.
They're gonna hurt him. Stop reporting on street.
That's a fact, bro. Like, you can't speak on things you don't know about. Not like saying you don't know about it, you've never been in that position before, but you were not there, bro. You are a witness, bro. Like, you telling the world this, Ack.
The street will escalate to a point where every time his name come up, I give him good advice, he ignores it. So now what you think I'm gonna do? Continue to waste words and breath? Well, he got some issues and he don't value his own life. He done got punched on a stage. He is fighting for his life in court. Okay. You are beating fans up. Man, no.
Striking as his remarks are in hindsight, it was Ack's matter-of-fact response of, "That's on him," that really hits home, suggesting that he doesn't feel any obligation to chronicle what's going on in a responsible manner, essentially washing his hands of any fallout that might ensue from a video he posts or the drama-oriented culture that he helps to feed into. Combined with Ebro's prophecy, we see where the stain against Akademiks emanates from. In essence,
he's trying to be friends, bro. You can't be friends in your job at the same time. That's why him and X had that falling out. He'd spoken about it in that DJ Akademiks video.
It's born of his decision to prioritize controversy and clout over integrity, willing to use beef, Instagram warfare, and unsavory public incidents as fuel that propels his brand forward. His sensibilities align with many younger rappers. Whereas for more wizened MCs or onlookers that don't wish to see the same cautionary tales play out again and again, this tabloid style of reporting is involved.
Every video he talks about, like, not every video, but everything that he's saying about Akademiks, he makes his face look even more like scared and scared.
Violation of every sacred rule in the game. Incompatible with the era of a Meek or a Gibbs, Ack's mindset is one of exposure over everything. And while this may not jive with rappers of a previous era, it's tailor-made for the social media infatuated one that he knows that he has his grip on. In closing, when the dust settles, the remedy for Ack's waning image boils down to whether he'll be able to prove himself to have good intentions for hip-hop and its future, as Birdman believes.
I mean, it's never too late, bro. Like, he can still do that record label, but he just gotta calm down. He could, bro. You can bring back good tides with everyone, bro.
Otherwise, the worry is that he'll lean into the more harmful traits of his brand, lending proof to the idea that he's as parasitic as Vic Mensa infamously speculated that he was. For now, only time will tell.
Thank y'all for tuning into today's video. Please let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought about this video. I'm really trying to find my niche with this YouTube stuff. I don't know what to do, honestly. I'm just looking at everything that's trending. I'm just looking at everything that I like personally, everything that I watch overall, and I'm just finding new things the more and more I react to different videos and just see a lot of other cool categories like FaZe Rug, Mr. Beast. You guys are really changing me to like a different perspective on YouTube. I appreciate every single one of you guys that are viewing the video. Please like, comment, and sub. And until next time, I'll see you guys again. Please stay juiced up. Yeah, we out.
I can't get no rest. We in the house. I fall asleep with a tech. Stashing all the pills.